just one other question again for our public in America. Jake Paul Chavez, does that fight legitimize Jake Paul, or is it just another spectacle?
Listen, I think if Chavez comes in any kind of shape with any kind of desire, maybe it can be. It's not a terrible fight. You know, we know that Gervonta is going to fight Jake Paul in November, and then we'll see what happens if there's an AJ fight. Be interested to go from Gervonta Davis to Anthony Joshua, but I don't think the Chavez fight is terrible. I think it's a smart bit of business. Hopefully Chavez can get himself up for it. He don't have too long. He's been through a lot, but he was once a decent fighter. It was a long time ago.
Eddie said you wanted to make that Tank fight, so hopefully we can see that in the future. Eddie?
Jake Paul, isn't he? So he's got. I don't know whether he'll fight. What's the rematch?
Lamont Roach.
I don't know if he'll still fight Lamont Roach. I know he's fighting Jake Paul in November, and then maybe Shakur after that.
Thank you, Eddie. Thanks.
¿Qué pasa? Well. Fuck the ¿Qué pasa, my friend? Welcome back to a brand new video. What did I say? I told you guys. I am your tribal chief is always right. So it is confirmed, straight from the horse's mouth, that Tank is fighting Jake Paul in November. Straight from the horse's mouth. Eddie Hearn, you see the clip in the beginning of the video. What the fuck is happening? Let's talk about this, right? Because I know I made a few videos, but we actually got confirmation from someone else that's not named Jake Paul. We got confirmation from Eddie Hearn himself, and there would be no reason why Eddie Hearn would fucking lie about this, right? Eddie Hearn said, oh yeah, I don't know if Tank will rematch Lamont Roach, but he's definitely fighting Jake Paul in November. Then he's fighting, maybe possibly fighting Shakur in 2026. It all makes sense. This honestly all fucking makes sense, right? And you'll be asking yourself, but Eddie Hearn doesn't represent Eddie Hearn doesn't represent Tank. He doesn't represent him. Yes, but again, where's Jake Paul fighting his next fight? The Zone. So he's going to know Jake Paul plans. Also, he's going to know Shakur plans. So he's a promoter too. He knows what's happening because he has hella fighters under his realm, under his belt. So again, what is happening? How is this happening? And again, this makes sense. Jake Paul versus Tank makes sense. Not that it makes sense like it should happen, that it makes sense that I figure it out. Let me explain it to you, right? Because when Lamont Roach versus Tank happened, obviously Tank didn't win. He got a draw. And after the fight, Tank said, oh yeah, Lamont Roach fucked up my plans. Then Jake Paul said he wants to fight Anthony Joshua, but 2026. And we were all wondering, like, why 2026? Why you can't fight him now? The reason why he couldn't, because he already had fights booked up. We already know one of his fights against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., but we didn't know the second one. Now we do. The second fight was Tank in November. So that's why he couldn't fight AJ this year, because he already had fights booked up. So the fact that Jake Paul's going to fight Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., Tank, and then fucking AJ, Anthony fucking Joshua, what's happening, bro? We're living in a fucking simulation, bro. I'm telling you right now, we live in a simulation. Because Jake Paul is about to do the most bizarre, diabolical 3-fight fucking deal of all fucking time. He's about to fight a washed and retired Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. who got beaten by Anderson Silva, right? Then after that, he's about to face a 5'5", 140, 135 pounder and fucking Gervonta Davis in November again. We're gonna talk about how that fight even gonna work. And then after that, in 2026, he's fighting big dick 6'6" motherfucking Anthony Joshua in 2026 in heavyweight. I don't even know what to say about this. I give him respect. Like, bro is going up, down. Like, what's bro doing? But okay, I mean, he's making that money. You cannot. If he goes to all that fight, he may be. I can't believe I'm saying this. If Jake Paul fights Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., then Tank, then AJ, bro may be top 5 biggest boxer in the US. I hate to say it. I fucking hate to say it, but it's true. If he fights fucking Gervonta Davis and then AJ, he's going to be very well known. Even if he loses or wins those fights, still gonna be well known. And if he wins any of those fights, holy shit, Oh God, I don't want to even think about if he wins that fight. But anyways, I digress. Let's talk about how the fuck is Jake Paul versus Tank going to work? How is this shit going to work? Because Eddie Hearn, like I said in the beginning, said it's going to happen in November. Where's the weight class? Because don't forget, Logan Paul, when he fought Floyd Mayweather, he had to be 190 pounds, and he could only rehydrate himself back up to 200. Like, there was a limit. He had a dehydration clause, right? And Floyd Mayweather was 160, 150, I forgot. But still, this how it's going to happen? Are they going to fight in different weight class? Is Jake Paul going to weigh in at 200 or 190, whatever, and Tank will weigh in 140, 147? And fucking Jake Paul can rehydrate himself in a certain way, like only 10 plus, like he did Ryan Garcia. That's how it's going to work. But still, this fight is so weird. Like, how would this fight go? Because that Floyd Mayweather Logan Paul shit was an expedition fight, right? I'm pretty sure this still be an expedition fight, Jake Paul Tank, but like, that was a retired boxer. It really didn't make sense. Tank is still an active boxer, right? This is what getting me confused. When Floyd Mayweather fought Logan Paul, again, both the Pauls is doing crazy work, right? But when Floyd Mayweather fought Logan Paul, Floyd Mayweather was retired for some years, just getting money. He was doing his opposition fight. He said, Logan, let's do it. Logan took it. But that's the difference. Tank, number one, is an active boxer. Number two, he has a world champion on him. I don't think he's going to be allowed to just fight Jake Paul out of nowhere while having a world champion. I don't know how that works. Can you have an expedition fight while you're a fucking world champion? We're going to find out if that's true or not. But still, he has the world champion. He is still active. How is that going to work? And again, are we going to live in a world where Jake Paul beats Tank? I don't think Tank beats Jake Paul. I mean, I don't think Jake Paul beats Tank. But like, I'm kind of concerned how this fight's going to go, right? Because you think about it. Jake Paul. Like Jake Paul, he's bigger. He has power. He cannot lie. He weighed 200. He's 5'11", 5'10", I think almost 6 foot. Tank, he's 5'5". He's small, but he has power. I just don't know how this fight's going to go. I don't even know if I guess I kind of want to see this fight just to see how the fuck it goes. Like, again, it's very weird how this fight is. I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's probably going to be in Netflix. It makes the most sense to have it in Netflix because, again, big fights. It's Netflix type of fight. It's a fucking circus. I don't even know what's happening. But Eddie Hearn confirmed it. Most likely is going to happen. Jake Paul also said most likely going to happen next after Lamar Roche. But like, I recently reported that Lamar Roche versus Tank was going to happen in June 28th, right? Made 2 videos about that. But now they pushed back today to July and maybe August. Like, when is this rematch going to happen? I feel like they're just waiting on Tank. Again, Tank future is a mystery. And also, don't forget, if Tank's last fight could be against Jake Paul. I'm so serious. Tank last fight as a boxer could be against Jake Paul. Because if you don't remember, bro, if you don't remember, Tank, when he was in this Lamar Roche press conference, he was like, yeah, I may retire in a year or so because I don't really feel like it. I don't feel the drive to do this anymore, right? He said that. And obviously before he was planning to beat Lamar Roche and then to face Jake Paul. Was Jake Paul going to be his last fight? Because I don't think the WBC, the WBA, whatever belt he has, the world champion, I don't think he's going to let him fight Jake Paul while being an active champion. That's just unfair to all the other fighters in 135. So could Tank fight Jake Paul, take the bag, and then retire? I don't know, but it seemed like that could be a fucking possibility. Because if he does fight Jake Paul, he's going to have to move up weights. There's no way you stay at 135 and fight Jake Paul. If you fight Jake Paul, you're going to move up to 147, 154, maybe even. You have to move up in weight. So, again, I don't know what's fucking happening. time, again, we first need to get Lamar Roach versus Tank. But we could be seeing Tank versus fucking Jake Paul in November. And it makes sense because don't forget, last year in November, what happened? It was Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Maybe Netflix is going to want to do a boxing event once every year in November. Because remember, there's also a rumor, now it's making sense because it's also a rumor that, don't forget, the UFC, their ESPN exclusive deal is done. Right, so they're looking for a new partner, and Netflix was one of the potential buyers, but Netflix was like, maybe we don't want to do it because we don't want to do an event every once a month. They want to do an event maybe 2-3 times a year, right? So what makes sense that every November they do a boxing event. Anyways, guys, we go find out, see Jake Paul versus fucking Tank. What universe are we living in? Anyways, yeah, fuck off. Holy shit.